There are so many things in GTA Online that it's kind of confusing to know what you should buy and what you should not buy when you just start out in the game. So in this video, I'm going to go over my top 7 investments you should make right after you just start up as a level 1 in GTA Online. So without further ado, let's just jump into it. Now for my top 7 list, I'm basing this off of you having the expanded and enhanced version of GTA Online. If you do not have the expanded and enhanced version of GTA Online, then you should probably ignore this first thing I'm about to tell you. But 2 through 7, you could easily do this, even without the expanded and enhanced version. And how my rankings are going to work is I'm just going to go through the order on what I recommend you do when you just start out in this game. So you just bought GTA Online on the expanded and enhanced version, and you are given $4 million to just spend right off the bat. And GTA is going to force you to spend $3 million of that. You have the option to choose from being an executive, a gun runner, a nightclub owner, and a biker. Now, at some point in your GTA Online career, you should want to have all of these businesses, but in the beginning, you can only pick one. And I think the best one you should choose right at the beginning should be the executive. Now, with the executive, you can get yourself a CEO office. Now, there's only 4 offices in GTA Online. The cheapest one's going to be the Maze Bank West. Honestly, these locations really don't matter too much. So just get the Maze Bank West when you just start out in the game. So when you start out in the game, the Maze Bank West location is only going to cost you $1 million from your $4 million pool that you get. So obviously you should just go right ahead for the Maze Bank West location. Now for the Maze Bank West location right at the beginning, you don't really need to get any of the additional stuff. So it's going to look a little different when you just start out in the game, but like you don't need a gun locker, you don't need a safe, you really don't need a combination when you just start out in the game, because when you start up on the expanded and enhanced version, you get a free high-end apartment, and literally the high-end apartment is right across the street from this. So you really do not need accommodation for this either. There's also an option to get a garage for your Maze Bank West. Once again, you don't really need that because your high-end apartment is across the street and you can store 10 cars in that high-end apartment right at the beginning of the game. So you really don't need the garage either. So you can just get the Maze Bank West location at the bare minimum for $1 million when you just start out in the game. And next you need to get a special cargo warehouse. So from this point, you should be able to just get a medium-sized special cargo warehouse. And at that point, your CEO office should be pretty much ready to go. So once you actually load into the game, you can actually source crates for your special cargo warehouse, which yeah, that'll be a decent way to get money. But also once you start out with a CEO office, you'll have the ability to do VIP work, which that'll also give you a decent amount of money. Oh yeah, before I get into any of the other things on this list, if you just need a little bit more money in order to get the next thing on this list, honestly, doing the treasure hunts at the beginning of the game is a great way to make money. It makes you right around like $250,000 per, and there's like 3 of them. And that includes you getting the stone hatchet, the double action revolver, and the navy revolver. And they don't take that long either. It might take you like 15-20 minutes. Not too bad at all. So yeah, I recommend you do that. But obviously that's not an investment. But if you need more money in order to get one of these investments that I'm going to display later on, that's an easy way to make some money also. But the second thing that I recommend you invest in is going to be the acid lab right here. Now what I recommend you do right after you just start out in the game is for you to just start doing the first dose missions. And for completing the first 5 first dose missions, you get a first time bonus of $50,000. And then for the final one, the 6th one, you get a bonus of $250,000. So in total, off of just first time bonuses, you get $500,000 on top of what you're already making from doing these missions, which that's not going to be too much money. It's probably only going to be like over $100,000, but still, that's right around $600,000 for doing these missions. And once you complete that final mission, the Brickade 6x6 will be just in the freak shop right here, and you can turn the Brickade 6x6 into an acid lab for only $750,000. Now the acid lab is a great passive way to make money. Now from here you can buy supplies or you can steal them for free. I would just recommend you just buy the supplies and let the product just build up over time. And this business is good because as you're doing other stuff in order to make money, this will just make product in the background, and then you can just sell this off very quickly to get a decent amount of money. Now once you have your acid lab set up, in my opinion, the next best thing to invest in is going to be an MC clubhouse. Now the thing with these clubhouses are that they're incredibly cheap compared to a lot of other businesses in the game. I mean, all the clubhouses in the city are going to be under $500,000, and then the Vespucci Beach clubhouse right here is even under $400,000. I would recommend that you stay in the city, but if you want to even go cheaper, some of these options locations like towards the north of the map are pretty good. The Sandy Shores Clubhouse is going to be $210,000. And this one, it says free, but in reality, this one's only $200,000. This one's the cheapest one in the game. Now, when you're buying the clubhouse, I would highly recommend you get the custom bike shop. It's going to be a decent amount of money compared to what you actually have to pay for the clubhouse. But once you get that custom bike shop, customers will bring in their bikes right here. I can modify this customer's bike and then sell it off. See, like I already fully customized this bike right here, and then we can confirm the service cost for $10,000. So that's $10,000 coming out of our pocket, but the customer will reimburse you of that cost, and then you can get an additional $50,000 for delivering it. So really, this is going to be like $50,000 of profit every time this bike does come into the MC Clubhouse. And another thing you can do with the MC Clubhouse is that you can do clubhouse contracts. Now, these clubhouse contracts are another easy way to make money, but since you got the custom bike shop for your clubhouse, or when you do life and death bikes, which is going to be the best contract to do, you can sell off the death bike right at the end to earn additional money than what you would have already made. So like when you do life and death bikes without the custom bike shop in your clubhouse, you get right around like $30,000. But if you have the custom bike shop, it'll give you the option to sell off that death bike right at the end, and that'll get you an additional $15,000. So that's going to be making you like $45,000 every time you do this. So yeah, that's just another easy way to make money through the clubhouse. Now, another reason why I recommend you get the MC Clubhouse pretty early on is that you can get some of the MC businesses. Now, in your GTA Online career, you probably want to get all of these businesses so you can help out a business later on that I will show you. But the MC business I recommend you get started on pretty soon in GTA Online after you start up is going to be the Cola Lockup. So far in your GTA Online career, this is probably going to be your heaviest investment. But once you get this, it's going to work very similarly to the Acid Lab. This is just going to be another passive business that's going to be working in the background as you do other things in order to make money, like life and death bikes, like VIP work. If you're going around doing treasure hunts in order to get the Stone Hatchet, double action revolver, or Navy revolver. So having the Cola Lockup and the Acid Lab just working in the background as you're doing other things in order to make money will just make you even more money on top of it. Now, the next thing I recommend you buying in GTA Online after the Cola Lockup is going to be the agency. Now, there's so many good things that you can do with the agency, but I think one thing that gets very overlooked with the agency is the ability to go up to your agency services right here, and you can just call in a helicopter for free. The agency is super volatile, but there's so many good ways through the agency that you can make money. Now, when you first get the agency, you can immediately do security contracts, and you need to do at least 3 security contracts to unlock both VIP contracts right here, but also payphone hits. Now, the VIP contract is going to be the Dr. Dre missions, and once you fully complete the Dr. Dre missions, you get $1 million. So a new event week just came out, and now the Dr. Dre missions are even going to pay out double, so I can get $2 million this week out of it. And you also get first time bonuses that equate to a total of $700,000 on top of that $1 million that you're already making. So for doing it for the first time, you get 1.7 million at least, but then also you'll be able to do payphone hits, which only take around 5 minutes to do, but it will make you like $85,000 every time you do it. And you can do that like once every 20 minutes. So I recommend you do a payphone hit right before you start up the Dr. Dre missions. So after every time you find one of the leaks, like, I don't know, let's just say you do the High Society leak, you can just do a quick payphone hit that'll only take 5 minutes, just get you another $85,000, and then you can just do another leak. Now, after you get the agency, you'll really start making some serious money. So this shouldn't take too long after you get the agency, but the next thing you should buy is going to be the Kasatka. Now, the Kasatka is going to be a lot different from the agency because the agency, there's so many different ways you can make money. Now, the Kasatka, there is only one thing that you can make money, but it is the best money making method in the game, and that is going to be doing the Cayo Perico heist. Now, when you do buy the Kasatka, I highly recommend you get the Sparrow, because when you're doing the Cayo Perico heist setups, it is so much easier to do it with the Sparrow. It's going to go by a lot quicker if you have a Sparrow. Now, once you have the Kasatka with the Sparrow, you can complete the Cayo Perico heist in under an hour, and it gets you over $1 million. So you could be making over $1 million in under an hour. Yeah, this is definitely the best way to make money in GTA Online. Now, the cooldown with the Cayo Perico heist is going to be 144 minutes, which that equates to 3 GTA Online days. But that is where the agency comes into play. So you could do a Cayo Perico heist, and then right after you complete a Cayo Perico heist, you can go right into doing the Dr. Dre missions. And then on top of that, you could be doing payphone hits in between of doing all that, and then you could be selling off your acid lab and your cola lockup. So yeah, once you get the Kasatka and once you start to implement this rotation, you'll be making some serious money. Now there's still one more thing that I recommend you invest in. Now the final thing I think you should invest in early on in GTA Online is going to be the nightclub. Now with the nightclub, there's two different ways in order to make money. Now the first way I'm going to show you how to make money from the nightclub is going to be selling off goods that you can manufacture from the nightclub. So when you purchase a nightclub, you can get a total of 5 different technicians, and I highly recommend you in the beginning get all 5 technicians just to have it on hand. Now how this business works is that you can assign these technicians to any of these 7 products, and they will just consistently make it in the background. You don't need to like buy supplies, anything like that. They'll just consistently make it. But the downside with this is that you need some of the other businesses in order for this to just manufacture in the background. All right, so for South American imports, you need a cola lockup. For cargo and shipments, you need cargo. For pharmaceutical research, you need a methodology lab. For sporting goods, you need a bunker. For cash creations, you need counterfeit cash. For organic produce, you need a grass factory. And for printing and copying, you need a document forgery lab. Now we already have 2 of these from our previous investments. Since we already have our special cargo warehouse and our South American imports, we can already in the beginning do that. So I think after the nightclub, you can start getting some of these other businesses so that this can just work in the background. But the top 5 things you need to assign your technicians towards is going to be cargo and shipments, sporting goods, South American imports, pharmaceutical research, and cash creations. And of the remaining businesses that we need to get the bunker for sporting goods, we need to get the methodology lab for pharmaceutical research, and then we just need a counterfeit cash factory in order to do cash creation. So I'm not putting these businesses separately because I just highly recommend you get these businesses specifically for the nightclub. I mean, honestly, of those other businesses that we don't have, I think the bunker by far is the best, and you can definitely do the bunker on your own. But like methodology lab is the second best MC business, but still I prefer just to do the cola lockup. But if you really want to, you could do the methodology lab in the background along with the cola lockup. And counterfeit cash is pretty garbage as far as an MC business is concerned, but you do really need it for the nightclub production. So yeah, I would just recommend you get it for the nightclub production. Just kind of have it in the background. It's a confusing business to start up, but once you really get it started up, it'll make you a ton of money in the background. But that is only the first way to make some decent money from the nightclub. The next one is going to be from your wall safe. In order for you to get money in the background of you either doing the Cayo Perico heist or the Dr. Dre missions, you need your popularity close to maxed out. Now there's a number of ways to keep your nightclub popularity close to maxed out, and one of them is on the map right here, taking like a drunk A-list celebrity back to their house. But also rebooking DJs is another great way in order to keep your nightclub popularity pretty maxed out. So as you're doing a Cayo Perico heist or you're doing Dr. Dre missions, just your wall safe will keep getting you a lot of money, and it can hold up to $250,000. So those are my first 7 things that you should look towards investing in GTA Online right after you start up. Now, obviously there's a lot of other businesses that can make you a decent amount of money, especially the ones that'll help aid your nightclub production. I also really like the bunker and the arcade in order to make money. I just don't think that they should be the first 7 things that you should really look towards investing in GTA Online right after you just got the game. At the arcade, you can do the Diamond Casino heist, but the Diamond Casino heist is not going to be nearly as quick to do as the Cayo Perico heist, and you have to do it with multiple people, so you might have to rely on a random person. And then the bunker, I just think it's kind of pricey in the beginning. That's why I went with the cola lockup instead of the bunker. So those are the 2 businesses that I'd just call like the first 2 out. They're still very good businesses to invest in, but maybe as you get further into the game. But once you get all these businesses, then you can really just start buying whatever you want. Honestly, you don't have to do what I said directly. You can do whatever you want, but this is just what I recommend you do at the beginning of the game in order to make a decent amount of money. Make sure you check out this video right here if you want to see me buy the Oppressor Mark II in my Loser to Luxury series in GTA Online.